Sehr geehrte Gastgeber und Zuschauer, danke für die Möglichkeit und Gelegenheit. Ich will die Efficient Deployment of UAM präsentieren hier und die Präsentation werden in Englisch, weil Englisch spreche ich viel besser als Deutsch. Dankeschön. All right. On behalf of Bartosz Djugo, the project coordinator of the Assured UAM project, I would like to show you an outline of the project. I decided to entitle Efficient Deployment of UAM. UAM stands for Urban Air Mobility. And the acronym for our project is, well, it's quite hard, but let me pronounce it, Acceptance, Safety and Sustainability Recommendations for Efficient Deployment of UAM. So I will talk a little about the goals of our Assured UAM project, the partners and cities, tasks and structure of the project, expected results, as well as the active participation. The goal of the project is providing cities with knowledge. This is our main focus. We are not trying to implement the system. We are not trying to build the aircraft. We are simply trying to prepare the best knowledge as we can to facilitate implementation of the UAM in cities. The project budget was €1.5 million, its duration 28 months, and it started in 2021 on the 1st of January. Our partners are my institution, Łukasiewicz Research Center, Institute of Aviation, CIRA from Italy, NLR from Netherlands, CIA from Portugal, not to confuse with CIA, please, Isnova from Italy, DTA from Italy, from Bari, and GZM Metropolis from Poland, from Silesia region. The tasks of the project are typical tasks and structure that are typically in the projects of this kind. I mean, this is the exploratory project, so we simply prepare the operational concept which we will analyze and generate use cases with. Then we prepared foresight of UAM deployment, the scenarios, and finally we draw the conclusions, typically in the form of recommendations and standards, as well as include the validation of our peer cities. The operational concept considered technology readiness review, the regulatory framework, the integration of multiple modes of transport in urban environment, as well as the final results of the work package 1, that is the CONOPS definition. At the beginning, we decided to prepare up to 10 most promising UAM use cases allocated in 3 defined time horizons, that is 2025, 2030, and 2035. However, at the initial stage of the project, when we started to complete all the tasks, we ended up with 6 UAM use cases, which we will probably extend later because the project is not yet over. So the CONOPS will be evaluated by about 50 experts representing various stakeholders participating in the process of UAM deployment. The second work package is about foresight and UAM deployment. the operational constraints, system components, LCC, financing and acceptance, as well as deploying scenarios were part of the particular tasks, part of the job. We were supported by the experts within the next work package that helped us, the work package 3, which is not mentioned here, that helped us using workshops to validate our ideas and to somehow adjust it to be more closer to reality. In work package 4, we began preparing recommendations and standards. They are not yet ready. They will be about the certification and approval of infrastructure. We mean, for example, vertiports or the use space. UAM and urban transport system integration, that is seamless cooperation with other modes of transport, like public transport, and at the beginning with private transport. However, we believe if the system we believe that we need to automate all the mobility inside the smart city, and unfortunately leave the private transportation to the past, maybe except for the biking, for cycling. And this is the reason, because we cannot, the reason why we do it is we cannot apply one of the crucial conditions that we perceive in the 2035 to apply such a system. I mean the near real-time optimization of the system. If there is a person in the loop, a human in the loop, it's nearly impossible to optimize in the near time, in the real time, near real time. Due to circularity reasons, the cause and effect, people are subjective in their analyzing and drawing conclusions. And finally, the cities project support. There were, as I already mentioned, 3 cities. The metropolis GZM, in Polish Górnośląsko-Zagłębiowska Metropolia, metropolitan city of Bari, and Porto metropolitan area. They are monitoring our efforts, they are helping us to form conclusions, and they give also the feedback to the Assured UAM as the experts, which I already mentioned before, but there will be more on experts. They also conduct their own projects aiming to launch UAM operations within the next 3 years. We believe, due to the financing reason, a PPP arrangements would have to be made. That is, private investors would have to step in with their money, because cities are not prepared to allocate more budget, and it will be a huge investment. And what are the project results? Well, the most important result will be the guidelines I already mentioned. They will be prepared in 8 languages. As you can see, the flags. It will consist of, the guidelines will consist of a knowledge base covering areas of transport policy and integration, regulatory aspects, as well as technologies, foresight scenarios of UAM in 3 time horizons, as I mentioned, 2025, quite close time horizon, 2030, and 2035, all limited by the U-Space implementation, U-Space launching. There are steps of completing the U-Space. I mean the airspace for the cities, to be precise. A set of standards and recommendations dealing with safe and efficient UAM deployment, conclusions from participating cities, and also a list of resources and tools enabling learning and exchange of knowledge, experiences among UAM stakeholders. We also have our extended advisory board. It's a body of experts of various domains related to the process of UAM deployment. They are representing a UAM community. They are participating in the process of future UAM scenarios, and they are consulting main results and guaranteeing the robustness and appropriate quality of the proposed solutions. I would like to express my gratitude and say thank you for supporting the Assured UAM project. Thank you for your attention, and any questions?